Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'll be discussing some updates that I have made to the wireguard's k8s ingress project. In the last video I discussed that there were some issues with the networking side of things, and basically I was running into something called CGNAT that is present on cloud providers such as DigitalOcean and Oracle Cloud. Since that video I have come up with some scripts that seem to work for Oracle Cloud at least. I haven't tested this with other cloud providers, but I think it should work. So if any one of you have access to accounts on other cloud providers, please feel free to test and open up any issues if you find any issues. Yeah. Apart from this, I have also enabled HTTPS for this project. So now all our traffic can be routed over TLS. And how we have done that is using something called caddy on the Cloud VPS, and you can find all the major changes related to HTTPS in this PR. The main change is that we are now routing traffic from the Cloud VPS using caddy. And don't worry about this stray domain over here. I fixed this in the new commit. But basically we are forwarding all the traffic using a reverse proxy to port 80 on to the proxy VM. So guys, if you guys remember, there are three steps in this process. So firstly, traffic reaches the Cloud VPS, where it is having port 443 and port 80 exposed to the internet. Caddy handles the encryption part of the equation, and then port forwards the traffic to nginx, which is running on the second VM inside our local network. This VM also has access to the Kubernetes cluster. Basically, it is in the same subnet as the Kubernetes cluster. And then this VM also load balances the traffic to all the worker nodes to the cluster, right? So if I go to my so if I SSH into the VM that is running nginx, so we can go to etc nginx sites available and get the default config. There you go. So you can see we are load balancing the three worker nodes that are present in my environment. You don't have to have three. You can have as many worker nodes you want The project takes care of automatically adding new lines for each of your servers. Right, so that's how it's happening. Traffic reaches port 443, gets encrypted from using caddy. Caddy then port proxies that traffic to port 80 on the nginx server, and nginx server load balances the traffic across the worker nodes. Yeah, and then worker nodes are running nginx ingress controller to forward the traffic to the relevant pods. Yeah, so that's the whole process. If you want to see this in more detail, I have another video on my channel that goes in much more detail and has like a diagram and things like that. So you can see over here I'm going through all the theory in this video basically. But that's you can watch that separately. For this update, I think that's about it. I have also added Ansible pipelining, so it should speed up the playbook a bit. Couple bug fixes and document updates. So the README is a bit more comprehensive now. So I go through all the steps that you need to do, and yeah. Okay, and one more thing that I wanted to discuss in this video was, let's say if you want to add a new domain, you don't want to use the duckDNS domain that you gave for the initial installation. What you can do is you can SSH into your VPS. So on the left hand side, this is my VPS. You will see a caddy directory on the inside the home directory of your user. that you provided to the Ansible playbook. If you cd into this caddy folder, you will find a caddy file. What you can do is you can add new domains and then reroute them to the same IP that we saw earlier. So that would look something like this, right? So instead of you don't need to copy this. This is already there. You will just basically add this section and just update your domain. Instead of DuckDNS domain, you will have whatever domain that you own, right? Yeah, and okay, so and one last demo. This is the actual working nginx pod that is running on my cluster. So if I show you the pods, so these are the pods. What I will do is I will scale them down to 0. So now we should have no pods, right? And if I refresh this page, we will get a 503. And if I scale it back up and we just wait for the pods to start running, we can refresh this page and we are brought back to nginx, right? So yeah, that's about it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.